Chapter 5, 182. Fighting Flying Bear, Wolf King gets 50%. Translator, Chibi General Editor. Chibi General. Everyone retreated from 88 Truyong Building, as He Lu Lan gave an order to recruit experts that night. He was the alliance leader that won this contest. According to the rules, the entire army was his to mobilize. Everyone knew about the Black Tyrant's fierce reputation, together with him opening 88 Truyong Building. To everyone without any cost, they were deeply grateful to him. With both authority and gratitude, He Lu Lan's influence reached its peak. With this order, it created a huge commotion as everyone who was called showed up without fail. Wolf King Chang Shan Yin, Water Demon Hao Ji Liu, Twin Demons Gao Yang and Zhu Zai, Little Ma Zun Ma Yingji, Fox Commander Tang Miaoming, White Fairy Shi Shu, Shadow Sword Expert, Bianxi Xuan, Tai Bai Yun Xing, Lu Shuang, Tao Yu, Gu Guolong, Dui, Nie Yaqing, Yalui Sang. On the day of the alliance meeting, the hall was filled with shining stars as heroes and conquerors whipped up a huge storm. Old sir, with you here, it is like having a giant pillar of support. We do not have to fear about low morale, ha ha ha. He Lu Lan sat grandly at the main seat, looking around and laughing with great ambitions. Among those who were present, Tai Bai Yunsheng had the greatest reputation. He healed people all over the land. Countless people were indebted to him. Even He Lu Lan, or Chang Shan Yin, could not compare to him. But the person who sat next to He Lu Lan was not Tai Bai Yunsheng, but Wolf King Chang Shan Yin. Reputation was something, but battle strength was another aspect. After the Imperial Court contest, everyone agreed that Fang Yuan's battle strength was the greatest. Dual Path Cultivator, Flying Master, Enslavement Master, all these auras gathered into one person. It was dazzling and overwhelming. Thus, no one had any disagreements regarding Fang Yuan's position. Thus, after He Lu Lan talked to Tai Bai Yunsheng, he turned around to Fang Yuan. Brother Shan Yin, we will need to count on you for this battle. If we get through, you will earn half of the rewards. He understood Fang Yuan's nature. He would not act without benefits. Thus he gave such a tempting offer. The final round's rewards were nothing ordinary. Once He Lu Lan spoke, he gave half the benefits to Fang Yuan. This meant that he, along with the others, would have to share the remaining half of the rewards. As their interests were concerned, some discussions could be heard in the hall. Many people were indignant regarding this allocation, but no one had the guts to openly oppose Black Tyrant's arrangements and offend the Grand Wolf King in this hall. Very well, we will go with that. Fang Yuan nodded. His arrogant gaze swept the hall as the voices came to a stop. Why has Elder Pan Ping not arrived yet? He Lu Lan asked around. Pan Ping was born in the demonic path. Nowadays he had entered He tribe and become an external elder. As the current He tribe leader, He Lu Lan's orders did not summon Pan Ping. He Lu Lan was extremely displeased by this. Actually, not just Pan Ping, Chang tribe's first elder, Chang Biao, was not present either. But Chang Biao was a Chang tribesman. He Lu Lan had to ignore it because of Fang Yuan. Fang Yuan did not react. The information regarding the deaths of Pan and Chang had not been spread yet. Challenging 88. Truyong building normally took several days or even half a month. The tougher the rounds, the longer it would take. Especially someone like Pan Ping, as a person without giant sun bloodline, he would incur huge expenses when he entered 88 Truyong building using the guest token. Precisely because of this, these outsiders treasured their opportunity in entering the building. If possible, they would not leave it unless they had no other choice. He Lu Lan's words had just been spoken when his attendant He Shu stood up and reported, reporting to Lord Tribe Leader, Elder Pan Ping and Lord Chang Biao had gone into the 7th floor not long ago. I have sent people to inform them, but the 7th floor's layout is very confusing. It is like a huge maze. The maze prohibits the use of letter Gu, and there are even wild wolf groups deep inside. The servants have tried to find them for many days, but they only found some battle traces. They could not find the two lords. He Lu Lan snorted as he waved his hand. Then forget it. We will not wait for them. The guest tokens are ready. We will depart tomorrow morning. By the second day, everyone grandly charged into the fifth floor. This was the largest force that had gathered to enter 88 Truyang building. Since it was formed, it attracted countless gazes in the sacred palace. The final round of the fifth floor was a barren and desolate mountain. Brown soil, hard as steel rocks, with no grass or plants. The moment everyone entered, the flying bear phantom was alerted and growled, tearing through the air and causing a thunderous noise. Swoosh! They saw in the dark yellow sky a white whirlwind come crashing down. The experts retreated at once. The flying bear phantom crashed on the ground. With a loud bang, the earth shook as intense winds blew, causing many to lose their balance. Ferocious indeed! Pei Yanfei's expression was solemn. If he had been hit directly, he would be heavily injured, if not dead. It was thanks to tribe leader He Lulan's reminder. If not, the moment we came in, we would have been attacked by this bear. Gu Guolong looked at the howling flying bear inside the crater and said with lingering fear, "This is called learning from past experiences. The last time we came here, we were sneak attacked by the flying bear. 5 experts died on the spot." He Shu Yi gritted his teeth, saying with deep hatred, "Brother Shan Yin, the rest is up to you guys," He Lulan urged. According to their battle plan earlier, the first wave of attack should be unleashed by the enslavement path Gu Masters in order to wear down the flying bear phantom's battle strength. Without any words from him, large numbers of wolves came from all directions, from the sky and land, charging and attacking the flying bear phantom. In the sky, there was the Azure Wolf Group on the ground. There were the White Eyes Wolves, Frenzy Wolves, Blood Forest Wolves, and others. Ordinary wolves numbered to over 400,000. At once, the wolves engulfed the area, charging like the huge waves of the Great Sea, submerging the island like flying bear phantom. Roar! The flying boar roared, shaking heaven and earth. Howl! The wolf groups were not to be outdone, howling in a similar fashion. The battle ensued, whipping up a bloody storm. The flying bear phantom's 4 paws slammed, killing at least dozens of wild wolves with one strike. The ordinary wolves could only be a disturbance to it. Only the mutated beast groups could pose a threat and cause injuries to the flying bear phantom. But the essence of enslavement path had always been to overwhelm quality with quantity, expending the enemy's energy to their greatest limit. Fang Yuan manipulated the wolf group, attacking as freely as the wind or as crushing as the snow. The flying bear phantom seemed to have sunk into a deep swamp. Even with its frenzied attacks, it could not break through the encirclement. Now this is a master-level attainment. Wild beasts are beasts, without a human's intelligence. They are being toyed around by Changshan Yin. The beast groups are like a work of art under Wolf King's control. Everyone was in a daze. The enslavement Gu Masters, Tang Miaoming and He Qisheng could see the brilliance of his actions, feeling a strong sense of admiration and adoration towards Fang Yuan. But the good situation did not last. The flying bear phantom suddenly stopped its actions, opening its mouth and exhaling. With this, the world changed colors as starlight shone brilliantly to form into a river. Rank 5-star River Gu. The star river poured down. Like a dragon or python, it engulfed the places it went, be it Frenzy Wolf or Blood Forest Wolf. They were swept away by the star river. Some were holding their ground desperately with their defensive goo, but those that did not have defensive goo were turned into stardust. At once, the wolf group suffered huge losses. Fang Yuan's gaze was unmoved. It was as if the losses did not affect him, and he did not stop for now. Only until half the wolves were left did he order them to retreat. Tang Miaoming and He Qisheng quickly ordered their beast groups to replace the wolves. These two, one was called Little Fox Commander with quasi-master attainment. In terms of enslavement attainment, she was second to Fang Yuan alone in the sacred palace. The latter was an enslavement path Gu Master nurtured by the Superforce He tribe. Although he had not attained master-level skill, he had deep foundations and great strength. Tang Miaoming controlled the fox groups, while He Chi Sheng controlled the eagle groups. One dominated the sky while the other was on the ground. But the flying bear phantom was getting more ferocious. After the Star River had fully looped around in a ring, it clapped its paws together, roaring again as an intense wind blew, and clouds formed from nothing. In an instant, the intense wind turned into tiger-shaped wind tigers, while the clouds turned into dragon-shaped cloud dragons. Rank 5 Wind Tiger Cloud Dragon Goo! Thousands of wind tigers and cloud dragons charged forward, facing the foxes and eagles head-on. At once, the battlefield was in chaos as blood rained and the pungent smell spread. Oh no, at this rate! Tang Miao Ming's forehead was full of sweat. Her head was hurting as she was gritting her teeth desperately. The battle was too intense. She wanted to preserve her fox group. Thus she manipulated them very meticulously. It caused her soul to be greatly worn out, and she was reaching her limit. As for He Chi Sheng, his situation was even worse than hers. The fox group could still resist the enemy, but a large proportion of He Chi Sheng's eagle group had already been killed by the wind tigers and cloud dragons. They were in disorder, and he could not attend to one aspect without neglecting another. The other Gu masters retreated time and time again, but they did not show any surprise. Star River, Gu and Wind Tiger Cloud Dragon Gu were exposed in their previous probing. Everyone was prepared for them. "Have you finished the investigation?" He Lu Lan asked an investigative Gu master beside him. The investigative Gu master was very nervous. He sat on the ground as he activated his Gu worm wholeheartedly. His forehead was folded into a frown as he replied with a trembling voice. "Star River Gu's location has been found. It is in the flying bear's mouth, on the largest tooth on the left side. As for the other Gu worms, we have to continue searching." It was different to deal with beasts compared to Gu masters. All the Gu worms on the wild beast are wild. They can be captured. Gu worms on Gu masters were usually refined already. He Lu Lan ordered his men to search for the location of the wild Gu because of this. As long as they can capture the wild Gu on the flying bear's body, it would be much easier for them to destroy the flying bear phantom. Even if they could not capture it, it would suffice if they destroyed the Gu. Gu worms were very fragile on their own, even for spring-autumn cicada, which was rank 6. Fang Yuan just needed to squeeze lightly to squish it. Wild beasts did not have apertures. The wild Gu resided in their bodies. This was a huge weakness. He Lu Lan snorted, shouting, "Continue searching!" He was not pleased with this result. The Star River Gu was inside the flying bear's mouth. The difficulty to capture it was too high. During their conversation, the battlefield situation was getting worse. Tang Miao Ming and He Chi Sheng are slowly becoming unable to resist, Pei Yan Fei said with a heavy expression. The flying bear's attacks are too ferocious. Luckily, the wild beasts are attracting its attention. But even if the foxes and eagles die, we can replenish them. Our motive of weakening the enemy has been achieved. Sun Shihan stroked his beard as he evaluated.